make your shirts yourself, or on picket machines, or
No, not no, nope. No, I don't have the bit. No, I have to order them. So.
okay.
So, okay. Oh shit. All right. Poop. Sorry. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you like what you see, leave a comment, and if you don't like what you see, leave a comment. How are y'all doing today? It's Southmont Day, third Monday of the month, 4 p.m. What I've been usually doing, what I've been doing since actually September of 2022. That was my first ever Southmont Borough Council meeting. I'm probably should stand, putting this a little bit that way so my face isn't in the, like doing that with the shade. There we go. It's a nice sunny day. Flags are at half-mast. Oh. Flags are at half-mast. Well, I'm probably not going to comment on that other than the fact that maybe, you know what, I am going to comment on that briefly. We have the right to speak our opinions, and nobody should get shot for that. That's all I'm going to say. But, the First Amendment and the freedom of expression is very important and a very powerful tool. And also the right to redress your government for redress of your grievances, or petition the government for redress of your grievances. Sorry, I got a million things going on in my brain right now. And that's that. I'm in a great mood today. Been watching the YouTubes all weekend, and starting to see some interesting videos coming out and fun stuff. Well, hey, I actually almost spent a portion of my evening last night wasting my time responding to somebody, but there's no point. I don't really feel like fueling a fire that doesn't need fueled. I understand sometimes people get hurt by people's actions, but when it's a government actor, they're to be held responsible, and that's what I do, and that's what I've been doing, that's what I'll continue to do. All day, every day. Some people don't like my methods, but that's kind of what that's kind of current events right now here in the good old US of A. People don't like some people's methods or what they have to say. Doesn't give you a right to hurt them or retaliate against them. You know? I firmly believe that. I said that all along. It's scary out here today for people who speak their minds, especially that criticize what's going on here. You know? I don't think that our government should be predatory towards its residents or its citizens or whatever. I think that actually we should. They work for us, and if you don't like who's working for you right now, the election's coming up in November, real soon. So, you know, why not make your voice be heard? Everybody knows, or everybody that watches my channel should know that I am running for Southmont Borough Council here in Southmont in November, I'm asking everybody that lives in this area to please consider voting for me. I have some good ideas for some positive change around here, like they charge us $600 a year for sewer maintenance, but then when you when you do a right to know request for any sewer maintenance being done, there is none. So that's a problem, you know. Councilman Ewald, Herb told me that you know, they're saving that for a rainy day in case they need it. Well, that's not what it's supposed to be for. It's supposed to be to maintain the sewers. So, you know, like I said, they just that's all, you know. A couple people are coming in, the solicitor's coming in, and says Matt McVicker. So, how you doing, Eric?
How you doing today?
I'm good. It's a nice day. What's going on, Matt?
Doing.
Yeah.
Another day.
I hear you. It is another day. We're all alive.
How about it?
Yeah, we're all here to fight another day. So, this will be fun. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch the camera around because my favorite person's coming now. My favorite council member's coming now. That is the infamous Herb Ewald. That's fuck you, Herb Ewald. So, let's see. Where's he gonna park? He didn't stop there. Didn't even bother to stop at the stop sign. Didn't even bother. Oh boy. I will clip that out and send that to BJ. Right there was video proof of him not bothering to stop. Councilman Ewald, you're not above the law. You have to stop at stop signs. If I have to stop at stop signs, you have to stop at stop signs. So, interesting what my camera sees. That's all. That's all I do is I come in here and I turn the camera on, and that's it. It tells the story, not me. I don't. All I do is share the story. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just a guy trying to get some transparency and trying to get some our officials to just understand they work for us, not the other way around, and hold them accountable when they fuck up. Just like if you ever had a bullshit job and you got fired for doing something stupid, or being late, or upsetting a customer, or doing something wrong, well then. That's what that's the. But in this country, that's not the way it works. You have to sue them, and then you get paid. Then you get that's the only recourse you have in this world today, in this government, is if you can prove they did you wrong, the only thing they can do is write a check. So we're gonna go in here now, and gonna have fun with that. There's the notification on my phone from my calendar. So appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for checking this out. These meetings aren't terribly long. This one here is only one page on the agenda. I actually wrote down what I wanted to say today, so I didn't get off track. So hopefully I can speak my mind and get what I need to say out, because it's all important. It needs to be said, and they need to listen, and that's their job as elected officials. And I'm gonna go in now, I think. So let's go in. And the usual suspects. You're gonna want to watch this live stream. Just what just happened. There's somebody running the stop sign in a green Ford something SUV truck combination. It's on there. Tell me what else I have to do to report it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's absolutely right there. I mean, I was just holding the camera on and talking, and it just we gotta stop. Like, everybody has to stop at the stop signs and signs. Correct? Thanks, BJ. So. Well, that's cool. So Rob Morgan, the council member, I guess, records me speaking or something now, because that's new. He does it at the police commission meetings too. So, I mean, I don't really All I wanted to do was just the right thing. To say, stop blowing me off. You know, I mean, everything I say is valid. I'm getting a little bit tired of them thinking that I'm doing something wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. They have. I can prove it. I've proven it in court. I'll prove it again. So, I'm not saying that Mr. Morgan in particular thinks I'm one of the biggest assholes on the face of the planet. Isn't that right, Bob? No, he won't even respond to me. But, I mean, he does. Let's be real about it. I mean, you know, won't even give me the time of day here, so. I don't know. I mean, you know. What's up, Doug? You're looking mighty dapper. Haircut. I like that shirt too, man. Look. Coming from court or something? Check out Doug. He's bringing his A game today. What's up, Sam?
We'll be up your way tomorrow. Good, how are you? The curb.
Doing what to it? Painting it? Oh, the thing. Good for you. I'll come down and check it out. Question for you. Floyd Street is us, right? I'll ask you first, because I'll just ask you first. When I go down, catch my mirror on, or not my mirror, but my antenna, corner of my cab on the shrubbery. I don't know if you guys trim it or not, but.
If it's overhanging the street, yeah.
Okay. My truck hit, you know what I mean? So I'm not, you know, I realize I'm not the, you know, tallest truck in the world.
We should be probably putting with one of our better ones.
I just want to make you aware of it, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, I don't say things to criticize you. I just say things, you know what I mean, to you know, because sometimes you might not be aware of that stuff, you know. So I go up and down Floyd Street all the damn time too. Only 3 for 4. That's That's like 4.3 miles per you know. Well, you're the boss. You should take the best 4.3 miles, and then just divvy up the other. I catch up. I'm just being. Hey man, whatever. But yeah, hey, thanks for getting Katie's sign up too, Miss Mischler's sign. I mean, I got you. I know, I got you. No problem. And even painting it too. That was good. That was a good idea because that's, you know, mine's not painted and I really don't know where to, you know. Okay, well, do your thing, man. I have full faith in you, Sam, and in Amanda, honestly, you know. So, for the most part, you especially. What's up, Tim? What are you doing? Nope. Have a seat. There's that. Glad to see it. Thank you.
At one point, I asked for a report of the zoning people, and I was told I'm not allowed
Son of a bitch.
because of the
Happened again.
zoning board. Or not the board, the zoning board. Maybe I should go after that thing in the city, almost
This is now the second time my second hand has fallen off of my watch. This is now the second time my second hand has fallen off of my watch. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to ask the guy how to fix it myself.
Call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just a reminder to please mute your devices. Roll call, Amanda.
Anthony Kuiper is not here. Doug Murray.
Here.
Woody Burger.
Here.
Herb Ewald.
Here.
Eugene Capella.
Here.
Matt McVicker.
Here.
Bob Morgan.
Here.
Sherry Spider.
All right, public comment. There's a 5-minute time limit. Please clearly state your name and where you reside.
Speaking name, Mr. Walker?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, I'm gonna speak then first, okay? John Clanchard, Delia Street. You ready, man, to go? Okay. When I first started attending these meetings in September of 2022, I came to the council looking for help, and I got none. What I got told was what I saw and what I knew with my own two lying eyes was false. I tried to explain myself and what happened, and to this day, it's fallen on deaf ears, like it is again today. Because I was stonewalled and I was met with zero empathy or sympathy for my land being taken away from me wrongfully, admittedly, I got pretty fucking pissed off, which I'm sure any one of you would have too. At first, I wanted to find out who was right. Turns out I was. But because I didn't know then what I know now, an attorney and a neighbor and a judge and this council has fucked me out of land that was rightfully mine. Remember when the borough sent correspondence saying they had no interest in my driveway? That it wasn't ever a public alley or right-of-way, and how the borough has no interest in it? I do. I remember the letters that Mike Carbonaro sent to my father. But in court, Bill Gabork testified that the zoning officer had told me there was a right-of-way in the alley. So which is it? The borough has no interest, or there is a right-of-way? Or did my neighbor commit perjury that helped him take away my driveway? The ultimate insult is this. I was never named in that suit, however. I was found to be in contempt of court. I was never named in the suit. And now if anyone blocks this land, I go to jail. Is that fair? Is that right? Is that even legal? Just because a judge said so, I'm here to tell you that it's not. And if you think that it's fair or right or legal, then you're part of the problem. I was a truck driver before that. I delivered pizza for years to all of you. If you ordered a pizza from a shop in the plaza, I delivered you a pie. And I've been held far more accountable for not doing my job correctly. I've been fired for far less violations than I can prove that you have done to me, yet you still have jobs. It's alarming the amount of gaslighting I'm forced to endure, like Mr. Morgan with his camera pointed at me, because people say we don't like your methods. Well, my methods are pretty effective. Look at Upper Yoder Township. They stonewalled me, and after I kept telling them they have problems with their police force, well, now they have 2 cops resigned. The solicitor walked out of a meeting and resigned, and word on the street is that the supervisor plans to resign as well. Now, they might say that I had nothing to do with that, but the chief hasn't attended a meeting since January because he can't stand my criticism. Criticism, I will remind you, is my constitutional right. I remind you that all the time that if you don't like the fact that I have the right to criticize you, quit, resign, go home and do something else. But instead of blaming me for the problem, how about instead you listen to a citizen who's speaking so passionately about his rights being violated? I get thanked all the time for the work and transparency I bring, simply by turning on a camera and uploading to the internet, which I will say is so easy that even I can do it. And I plan to continue, but I shouldn't have to. It shouldn't be my responsibility to share with the community what people we elect to do are doing. I decided to run for Southmont Borough Council 2 years ago because I wanted to change how this council operates. I wanted to stop allowing neighbors to use the power of the council to make their other neighbors' lives miserable by sending the zoning officer to scrutinize their property to judge their expression. And I wanted to know why it costs $600 a year to maintain our sewer pipes. Since when did the borough get in the shit business? And when I do right-to-know requests for receipt for sewer maintenance, there are none. Why do you need to charge us that much money? Councilman Herb Ewald, fuck you, Herb, says that it's to save for a rainy day if something happens. That's not maintenance. That is taking our money and holding it so you can disperse it into whatever you want to later. If I'm elected, I intend to introduce motions to audit the sewer maintenance account and to lower it back to a more affordable amount of money. And I'll do whatever I can to make sure that the borough cannot and will not shut off anybody's water for anything related to billing of the sewer account. The residents are already under enough threat of that from the Water Authority. And speaking of the Water Authority, we have 2 seats on it. Why can't we reform it? They're literally thieves with briefcases. Having the most expensive water per gallon in the state is a real burden on anyone, especially those who are not as financially secure as some of you. Trust me on that. And I'm sure you hear it and feel it every time you pay your water bill too. But the boroughs shouldn't have the authority to shut people's water off of their ability to pay their sewer maintenance bill, which we know you guys aren't spending, you're only lining the coffers. I intend to introduce motions to change the meeting time to a more accessible time for its residents, like other municipalities have them at 7 p.m., when people are off at work and they can attend in person. It's no secret why ours are at 4 p.m. It's to allow you to do what you want with no criticism or citizen input. We want transparency, we want accountability in our elected officials, and we want them to be accessible to us easily. Nobody should have to rely on some asshole's YouTube channel to see what their government is doing. This year I ran because more people than I can remember asked me to do so. So I asked for write-in votes. And well, here we are. I'm asking every resident to consider me in November. If you are tired of the same old, look at it this way. I can't possibly fuck it up worse than they already have. Fuck you, Herb. Thank you for the time. That's all I have.
Anybody else with public comment? I don't have anything listed under correspondence. I need a motion to approve the August 18th, 2025 meeting minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. West Hills Regional Police.
For the month of August, the police department had 295 reports of service. 72 of those were in Southmont Borough for a yearly total so far of 630. So far to date, 102 traffic citations and 80 warnings were issued in Southmont, and nothing really to report except just advise that Officer Tadera has been promoted to the rank of sergeant. He's now Sergeant Tadera. That's really all I have to have.
Any questions for the chief?
A quad was stolen too on September 1st. He should probably mention that, but I'm out of order.
Southmont Fire Company.
Yes, for the month of August, we had 12 emergency calls. The breakdown is 9 assists outside the borough and 3 within the borough. They are exactly 1 odor investigation CO alarm in the borough, 1 oil spill in the borough, and 1 assist EMS. We had 6 automatic fire alarms outside the borough, 2 structure fires, 1 vehicle accident fire outside the borough. And highlights are at the county convention, our engine won first place for best appearing engine, and our rescue won second place for best appearing rescue.
Good job.
And also, whenever the Little League softball girls team came back in, we were part of 40+ units escorting them in, welcoming and cheering them on. That congratulations that they had won the championship, that we're able to take part of that. So that's it.
Any questions? Okay. Engineers report.
I think I mentioned last month, but I'll mention it again. Your MS4 annual report is due at the end of the month. Chris Sawyer from our office mentioned that Amanda's gotten everything he needed, so that will be submitted timely. And I see later there's a discussion about the municipal building projects. That's the only jobs I have going on.
Zoning report was included in the packet. Solicitors report.
At the last meeting, there was a question about the Atlantic Broadband franchise agreement with the Borough of Southmont. That was entered in 2019. It's for a 10-year period of time to expire in 2029. Then it has for 3 additional 5-year terms, provided that a party doesn't opt out of it with what appears to be 90 days written notice. That agreement doesn't have any specific provisions as to lack of service. It does has 95% on a quarterly basis for certain response service interruptions for installations. So if there's 95%, it relates to those specific. There's not a specific statement in there as to percentage of drops during a period of time. That was one of the questions we had. On the maintenance ordinance, the one was passed a couple years back, it provided for a board to hear any violations of the ordinance, and there was a question of whether or not that needed to be included in the ordinance. Research I looked at, and the man was kind enough to pull the ordinance that was passed back then. It doesn't appear that that needs to be a requirement, but we have to enact a new ordinance to remove that as a requirement for violations of the ordinance. So I can present something to the board, the council, to consider next meeting, just a revision of that ordinance. Okay. And then I'll comment as to the building renovations at that time.
What is their performance up to this point in time?
I can't answer what their performance has been since 2019, if it's 95%.
Said they would be 95. I just was wondering what prompted them to, why we post them. If it's satisfactory.
I think the issue is that there has been some outages over the past several months. We were just concerned what was in the agreement, if there was any provision in there as to if there was outages, what does that mean? The only requirement is that if there is an outage, they have to respond within 24 hours. And there are goals to reach that at 95% of the time, to be within that range. If not, then in theory, that would be a violation of the agreement, and then you'd have some abilities if that's a breach. And there's procedures set forth in the agreement. You have to have a hearing. There's different things you'd have to do.
Where are we at within the 5-year?
Well, 2019 was when it was signed, so there was an initial term of 10 years, so you're looking at 2029 for the first 10 years.
So do we have a tickler file so we can go back in and renegotiate the fee schedule when that, so you say it automatically renews?
It provides for 3 renewals of 5 years each. There is a provision though there in the agreement that if you wish not to renew it, you have to provide them with written notice then.
Yeah, I think we should put on some kind of a tickler file so that we can take a look at that.
Are they required to report on their reliability of service?
I don't believe there's a provision they have to work on that. It's a term in the agreement, but I don't know if there's any specific reporting requirement. Can we request it? I believe we could under the agreement, but there's not a specific reporting requirement. They have to send us a quarterly report saying we've had so many outages and responded within so much period of time. I don't believe I've ever received any of those type of reports.
I do know that some municipalities now, ours does not, I don't think we get paid for the internet service on ours right now, so.
Yeah, this is strictly the cable. This is not internet. This is strictly cable.
Yeah, I'm talking about what Breezeline offers to the borough. And I know I was in a municipality meeting where they said when your contracts come due, renegotiate, because some municipalities are getting paid, we're not getting paid back for the internet on ours. And that is something that other boroughs are, so. I'm not sure we should let that automatically renew without looking at the specifics in there.
questions for Eric?
Thank you, Gary.
All right, street commissioners report.
Nothing else to add.
Any questions for Steve? Okay, borough managers report.
Nothing else, everything I have is coming up under new business.
Any questions for Amanda?
The only question that I have is, are we still, and maybe Eric too, what's going on with the Floyd Street and, the house that is infiltrating water? Or
We're still waiting for a rain event to re-inspect that one.
All right, mayor is not here. Discussion items, committees, I have nothing for admin borough services at this time. Community planning and improvements, Richard.
The full steering committee has met, as have the smaller representatives of the different municipalities. They're doing a tour in 2 weeks. Again, different municipal representatives, we're hoping to get a big, large van or something, identify opportunities for preservation, investment, and enhancement in different municipalities. Again, it's more just an orientation. Once they get projecting the larger project, schedule, I'll be able to share it with this group. And that will, in part, include a meeting with council, but we're not to that yet.
Anthony's not here, so we'll skip over emergency management. Finance, Sherry.
So we're having a budget meeting on Tuesday, I believe. No, not this Tuesday. The 20, no. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow, Amanda?
Yeah.
Tomorrow at, Amanda and I are gonna get together at 3:30 and, to the meeting itself is at 4 o'clock, but it's just to review, last year's with what, with the projected budget.
I understand you also meet the budget committee on the 30th.
No, tomorrow will be the first one, and then, the 30th. And if anybody has anything they need in the budget, above and beyond what's already in there, you'll need to get it to Amanda, hopefully by tomorrow, so that we can have it, plug in our initial figures.
Greater Johnstown Water Authority, Eugene.
So we're still trying to figure out exactly how we're going to come up with $5 million to cover the additional costs on the North Fork spillway. And we have invested a little bit of money in a company that comes in and looks at all resources available and projected costs of things into the future. And the budget outlook is pretty tight, so it's not going to come from normal fees. So whether we have some miracle happen or some additional loans coming from the state, there's going to be some tough decisions that need to be made, but that's at our next meeting.
Have you guys looked at any funding through the USDA Natural Resource Conservation Service?
We have received money that we have to spend by a certain date. Said the North Fork spillways will be started under that grant. I believe that was pushed back a little bit. They were supposed to start by fall this year, but now I think it's December or January.
Yes, we got a 90-day extension on that.
The problem,
Mandated date.
yeah, the problem is both North Fork and Dalton Run. The Water Authority has several large dams, so, and they're all like 100 years old. So, that's what we're working on right now, is the North Fork is a high hazard dam, and, there are things that we have to do on that one, so, yeah.
Is there opportunity to go back to those funders and ask them for a cost amendment?
We're working with good engineers, and they just continually, try to get what we can get.
Yeah.
MS4 stormwater.
So the report's due by the end of the month, and Todd's been working with Amanda on that. So Amanda, that report's ready to go in?
Yeah, I gave them everything they needed, so they should finish that up here shortly.
Nothing else other than that.
Okay. I have nothing for personnel. Anything for police, Bob?
No.
Property maintenance, streets and sidewalks.
No, I think the next 2 weeks here, we'll put a little committee meeting together here to go over a few things to report for the next meeting.
Okay. Shade tree, Richard.
Yes, Eric sent around a draft ordinance for a shade tree commission, which is an amazing body, and we need to discuss this before the next board meeting. And Amanda and I have tentatively set a meeting for 4 o'clock on Tuesday, September 30th. And so everyone's, Eric, you're confirmed on that. Okay, so please attend. Want to be part of the review.
We passed that ordinance?
No.
So when's that coming?
On the same day as the budget meeting.
The budget would be after.
Advertised. If the committee recommends it, it would be advertised in October and then approved in November.
Is that, just curious, is that standard language for shade tree commissions and from, like the borough code? Or
Well, I mean, the borough code authorizes the commission.
commission, okay,
So the language is a combination, we use a lot from the existing ordinance,
yeah,
and we just revise some of the language, provide for the commission to be the enforcement body as opposed to the council.
I was enthused by it, it's a great piece.
Okay. New business, old business. First item is to approve attendance at Cambria County Borough Association 2025 fall dinner meeting.
I make that motion.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
I just need to know by September 29th if you want to attend.
Next item is to approve the 2026 minimum municipal obligation for pension plan with the PA Municipal Retirement Systems.
I make that motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We need to approve trick or treat for October 31st, 2025.
That'll be from 6 to 8. I forgot to include the time.
I make that. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is to approve grant agreement with Southern Alleghenies Planning and Development Commission for the Diamond Boulevard Playground Master Site Plan Development Grant. So this amount of this grant is what, $12,500?
12.5, yeah.
And it is not actually awarded yet. It will be awarded in between, probably next week. So we just wanted to get this moving. Do I have a motion?
So who has reviewed the grant agreement?
We can approve it pending solicitor
And is it a matching grant, or is
It
it?
is.
Is this the same one we were talking about before with the 25,000?
This is a 50% match.
Yeah, so we have another grant, application in that would cover that match through DCED, I think it was, so we're waiting to hear about that one also.
And this would all be outside of the budget,
Correct. Right?
as far as the funds coming from Southmont.
Right, yeah, it would be for next year's budget.
Okay, but we're not asking for the 2,500 from the borough. That would be fundraisers and whatever.
No, if we get both grants, the only borough contribution I think would be like 3,000. That would be our match towards the other grant, and then that one would cover the match on this one.
Okay, so this is different than what we had before us before.
Yeah, this is different from the Fort Worth Fund. What was that?
Yeah.
The Small Town Challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
That's
fundraising one.
different.
That's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for this one,
This is to get a design done for the Diamond Street Playground.
okay, and 3,000 would come out of the budget borough.
Yeah, yes, pending approval of both grants.
And that would be next year's budget then.
Correct.
Personally, I can't make that until we go over the budget. I don't know where the 3,000 is gonna come from. I mean, 3,000 has to come from somewhere, so. Quite frankly, I think we're probably gonna be talking about raising taxes this year, so, you know. I don't know. Anybody else have any ideas?
Anybody willing to make a motion?
Approving two grants, that would require a recommend of $3,000.
For design and engineering, is that correct?
Correct.
They're looking to design a whole new playground.
The whole ground.
The whole ground.
Yes.
And that would be the playground, that empty lot beside it, and
Where the
the,
shed is, or the.
yeah, over behind like the barns and everything, that whole area.
And that's just for the architect and the engineers.
Correct.
See, the problem is with the walkability study we did, 23,000. When we got a 50-page report, and
Is there a problem with present playground?
Yeah, there was 40 letters of community support for this project.
Say what?
There were 40 letters of community support from residents in the borough wanting this project.
They're not here tonight.
What?
They're not here tonight. I think the frequency by which that's used, it's a bad move.
But you have to look at the reason something's not used is because it's been let deteriorate since it's been put in.
Whose fault is that?
The people sitting in this room.
No,
Who's
the
been-
borough, the borough's fault. You're supposed to maintain it.
That's
No,
council.
There's no maintenance around this borough.
Well, I will make the motion to approve the grant agreement pending solicitor review.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
I,
Any opposed?
Yes.
Motion passes. We need a discussion and decision on the building renovation project bid from Midstate Construction. Eric.
So I think the last meeting was discussed that we had a 60-day extension to the acceptance of the bid. That would expire, we'd have to accept it on or before October 3rd of 2025. I believe that the borough has received indication from DCED that it would qualify for a loan, that was a $100,000 loan, 2% interest, payment terms to not exceed 15 years repayment. But we haven't received, that's been an indication that it's been approved, but we haven't received this official notification from DCED about that. So my recommendation is to decision on the mid-state bid until October 2nd. We have this meeting to then approve or disapprove, either approve or not approve that bid, but I would recommend that we do that on October 2nd, 2025, and that gives us 2 weeks of period of time to determine what DCED is going to require for approval of that loan.
Do we have an amount on what that monthly loan payment will be?
I didn't bring that over with me.
So you want us to wait until October 2nd before we take action on this item?
I would suggest we have 2 additional weeks, this way we can see what DCED is proposing in terms of a loan. If it's a 5, if we can pay it back, if the borough can pay it back in 5 years, then it can be approved by a resolution. If the payment terms are greater than 5 years, then we'd have to pass an ordinance to approve the borrowing. It's going to be a borrowing from the borough, so we'd have to approve it either by a resolution if it's 5 years or less, pay back if it's greater than 5 years, then we have to pass an ordinance to approve the borrowing.
So you need to tell the people by October 3rd.
Please say yes.
If I may, I'm summoned to jury duty on the 2nd, so if we did it the day before, I could be here. Those things usually last that long in the afternoon.
Yeah, jury selection could last, hard to say.
Yeah.
You might not even be there on October 2nd. So.
Okay.
I mean, October 1st is October 1st or October 2nd, I don't think, the one day is not going to be critical. I think the 2 weeks that we have is more critical than the 1 extra day.
Whatever you guys need.
All right, so then, for this item right now, we just need a motion to table it, correct? Eric?
Correct.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, this has been tabled. All right, business items. Approve ratification of payroll 8/19 through 9/15 of 25.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve payment of bills 8/19 through 9/15 of 25.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All
Can
right.
I add something to that, Todd?
Yeah.
The monies we collect for our sewers goes to pay off our sewer loan that we had the sewer put in.
2 of them.
The payment this month is $44,214 toward those loans that we have. So that's where the sewer money goes. We're not socking it away somewhere.
Thank you, Bob.
Any other discussion on the bills? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve transfers 8/19 through 9/15.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve treasurer's report for August of 25.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Accept tax collector's report for July of 25.
Did we get one?
Yes, we did.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor? Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
So Amanda and I are gonna be in.
I'm gonna go outside. Yeah. For a moment.
Oh, yeah. Find stuff about it, even though it's.
I'll finish my live stream here, and like I always do. You have anything you want to say as a Southmont resident?
No.
Can you sure?
Finish up and then I want to ask you.
Yeah, okay. So that was fun. That was a good time. I appreciate everybody coming. Thanks for stopping by. If you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. Thanks. Vote for me, please.
Yeah.